So there are 4 main ways that you can practice thinking in English to improve your speaking skills. You can narrate your life in English. Start with yourself. The second thing you can do is you can do a 30-second thought exercise. I'm going to explain that in this video. The third practice you can do is you can practice thinking around a missing word. And that is, if you forget a word you wanted to say in English, just describe it. The fourth and the last thing you can do is every single day you can have an English only period where you can just be thinking and speaking in English. So let's get through these 4 things one by one. So the first way you're going to practice thinking in English to improve your speaking skills is to narrate your life in English. And this is way easier because you already know your story. All you have to do is to just speak it in English or just say it in English. Don't even try to think about the complicated adjectives or complicated English words to use to describe yourself. Just use the simple English words that you already know. That will kind of prevent you from trying to translate from your native language into English, because your story is something you already know and you have simple English vocabulary. So it's going to make it way easier rather than using complicated words, which means you're going to have to think in your native language and then translate it to English. Just use the simple basic English words that you already know. Describe yourself to describe your life. However little or small your English vocabulary is, just to use it. Narrate your life from the day you were born until now. That is the first practice or exercise you can do. The second exercise or practice is the 30-second thought exercise. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna pick something around you. Just speak about it in English for 30 seconds. That's it. So let's assume you have your phone right now, right? What is something you can say about your phone right now? Is it broken? Does it have a broken screen? Is it yours? Did you buy it or did you get it as a gift? How long have you had your phone? Those are some of the things you can say about your phone. What color is your phone? If it was given to you as a gift, who gave it to you? Just those are some of the things that you can talk about. Look around you, pick one thing and talk about it in English for 30 seconds. Doing this instantly forces you to think in English because it's something you're not planned for. It's kind of like impromptu. It's something you've not planned for. So it kind of develops your ability to generate English spontaneously, which is exactly what you need when you're having an English conversation. So right now, pick one thing that is around you and speak about it for 30 seconds. The third exercise is, if you forget it, just describe it. Practice thinking around a missing word. This is extremely important for speaking fluently. So let's say you forget the word receipt. You were talking and you kind of forget the word receipt, or you forget the word table, or you forget the word TV. How do you go about it? Most of us just immediately switch language, just say that thing in the other language, but don't do that. Do not switch to another language. Just relax and don't even look up the word. Just chill, relax, and you think of words to describe what you're talking about. For instance, if you forgot the word receipt, you can say the piece of paper they give you after buying something. Immediately, oh, that's a receipt. Oh, you're talking about a receipt. Immediately you say that, the person you're talking to will say, oh, you're talking about a receipt. And there you go. Receipt. You didn't say the word, you just described it. So anytime you're speaking and you forget a word, just describe it. You don't have to panic. You don't have to go back to your native language. You don't have to look it up. Just relax and think for words that you can use to describe the word that you're missing. If you are gonna tell someone, put it on the table, and you forgot the word table, how can you describe a table? You can say, let's say you have a white table. Put on the white surface with 4 stones that is in the living room, in the middle of the living room. That could describe a table. To describe a TV, you can say, that big screen that we mostly watch in the living room or bedroom for entertainment. But that's mostly a TV. This is a real speaking skill. Natives do this a lot. They just describe a word when they forget it. So why don't you just also describe a word when you forget it? This makes you feel free and doesn't tie you to one option. And also, fluency isn't about knowing every word. It's kind of also about how you can pivot when you don't really know a word. Can you really describe that word if you forget it? But in short, If you forget a word, just find a way to describe it in English. The last exercise or practice you can have is having an English only period. I do this all the time. In a day, you can set aside maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, up to, let's just say up to 60 minutes. Just choose a period where you are only going to be thinking in English. And if someone speaks to you, you're only going to respond in English. You're also only going to text in English. So let's say you take let's maybe say you take 30 minutes, right? In this 30-minute period, you're only allowed to think in English. You're only allowed to talk in English. You're only allowed to listen to or watch things in English, text in English. Have an English only period. That is also an exercise or a practice that you can do to practice thinking, which will in turn improve your speaking skills in English. You don't need to force yourself to think in English for the whole day. Just set aside a period. It's going to be your English only period. After that, you can do whatever you want, but have an English only period. Ensure you're increasing the minutes every single day. If you start with 10 minutes, tomorrow go to 20 minutes, or after 1 week, go to 30 minutes. The next week, go to 60 minutes. Increase your periods of English, because the only way you're gonna be able to think in English and speak in English and actually be fluent in English if you immerse fully in English. To do that, you're gonna have like longer durations. You're gonna have to do that for longer durations for a long period of time, but you can start small. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, kindly like this video, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. The next video, we're going to be talking about shadowing, how to shadow. That is the third day of this English speaking challenge. With that being said, let's catch up in my next video. Kindly drop a comment if you have any. Bye bye.